It's the weekend. What do we want to eat? Can't be going out to restaurants. It's social distancing. Come on, what's going on? But we're going to make a restaurant favorite right here. That's right, lettuce wraps. So, you know what? Let's watch the show. All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm David Guerra, This Vet Cooks, United States Army veteran, Infantryman 11 Bravo. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Here we are. It's on the verge of, well, it's the holiday season. You know, let's just throw it out there for what it is. It's the holiday season. And, you know, this whole time we've been stuck at home, doing stuff at home. And sometimes we want to go out and eat. And so, you know, we order in or we order for delivery or we go pick up or whatever. But sometimes that one place is just a little too far away. That one place is just a little, well, you know, a little extra for delivery. Or it's just going to take a little bit longer, sometimes up to an hour wait. Well, not today, because we're making lettuce wrap from that famous, well, notorious chain restaurant. I hate chain restaurants, but we'll get into that in a different episode. I think Tony Bourdain said it best. The herpes across the gastronomic plane of America is the chain restaurants. So we'll leave it at that. But, you know, in some cases they make some pretty good stuff. And in this case, it's lettuce wraps. Lettuce wraps from the initial and the Chinese name, last name sounding, you know, again, not the stereotype, but again, for lack of a better description. So there it is. That's the name of the chain restaurant. So shout out to Anthony Bourdain for that one. Anyway, so
but along the way, already firmly established on American soil, I encounter what I consider to be the real enemy, the thing to be feared, marginalized, and kept at a distance at all costs. If there is a vision of evil, look at that. Oh, the big, happy chili pepper on the front with a sort of faux Western decor. Millions of them spreading all across America like herpes. You know what I love? I love Mexican food. You know what I hate? Fake Mexican food.
Okay, so lettuce wraps. Here's what we're making. Here's what we need. Well, we can't have lettuce wraps without the lettuce. So we're going to do some lettuce. And in this case, it's lettuce scoops. It's already been prepackaged, pulled off the bundle or whatever. And that's fine. It happens. Ground chicken. We're going to need some ground chicken. So we're making chicken lettuce wraps. Definitely you're going to want some hoisin sauce. Some whole water chestnuts. Not half water chestnuts. Whole water chestnuts. So make sure it's that. A couple of cloves of garlic, some ginger. Well, there we go. It's a better representation of ginger. We're going to mince that up. An onion, some green onions as well. What else have we got? Olive oil, some sugar, and that's where we keep the sugar here at the This Vet Cooks kitchens. Sesame oil. Remember, a little goes a long way here, folks. A little goes a long way. What else we got? Rice wine vinegar, some soy, and some sriracha, a couple of tablespoons of sriracha, not too much. And at the very end, again, as toppings, kind of add to it because it's a lot of, you know, it's going to be, the crunch will come from the lettuce. Obviously, the fresher, the crunchier. But you're more than welcome to add the chow mein noodles or the French's crispy fried onions, whatever you want. It's up to you. So it's kind of like the tacos. We'll be using the lettuce scoops as the tortilla, and then everything else, all of the other seasoning goes into, mouth is watering already, into the chicken. And you know, the chicken, it's already ground, so it's ready to start absorbing the flavors that are going to come in through this entire setup here. So without further delay, let's get to chopping. Let's get to making some lettuce wraps. Hey, all right, so we've got the chicken, the ground chicken, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil in the skillet. It's just off camera too. It's not going to see it. I'll move that in just a second. You'll see that. All right, so we're supposed to let this now cook until it's browned over medium heat. And as it cooks, we crumble the meat. So it's got to get all nice and finely done. So yeah, now it's starting to really get there. And it's, don't forget, it's chicken, so it's going to go white, but it does want it to brown a little bit. So that means you're going to have some burnt pieces, little tiny specks of burn. So that's a good thing. Just let you know you're on the right path. And it's also at that point, it's kind of safe to go ahead and start adding the other ingredients. So the the ginger, the garlic, the water chestnuts, all of that stuff. Anyway, so between now and then, while we're waiting, cracked open a Spaten Oktoberfest Ur Marzen out of the Spaten Brewery out of München, Germany, Deutschland. So cheers, finishing up the last of the Oktoberfest. Prost. Alrighty. While we're also waiting here, I want to say thank you to everybody for watching the show. Thank you for watching This Vet Cooks. I do appreciate it. On Twitter at thisvetcooks, on Facebook, facebook.com/thisvetcooks, and of course on the Instagram at Instagram thisvetcooks. There we go. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Little things just going on the show. Don't forget to visit the website www.thisvetcooks.com. All one word, please. Again, thank you very much. Those of you that have commented, liked, subscribed, that are following along, tell your friends, share it with everybody. I do appreciate the shares. Like the shares. That's how the word gets out. So we got to get the word out, because it's not just about cooking, but it's also a couple of other things, and definitely got to get that message out. And hey, who doesn't like veterans? Because if you don't like a veteran, I need to know about this. I need to know why you don't like veterans. But it's few and far between, I know. Anyway, listen, let's get back to this. Let's go ahead. I think we're at that point. And again, yeah, just a couple more minutes, and we're going to go ahead and speed up time. Alrighty, so through the magic of modern technology, we've now advanced maybe 5-6 minutes. The chicken is done, and well, it's done to the point where the recipe calls for it to be done. We're not done yet, and so we've got some stuff to add, so we'll be adding that soon. But before we get started, definitely want to give a shout out to the good people over, the crew over at Infinite Arrow for the This Vet Cooks Arctic mug. Pretty cool. We'll be using that in a future show, but right now it's on display. So again, Infinite Arrow, they're out of Fort Worth. Great company, new startup. They're a little bit dipping their hand, a little bit of everything, but by all means, check them out. They're on the Facebook, Infinite Arrow, so check them out there as well, and get yourself an Arctic. Alrighty, so we're now ready. The chicken is pretty much done. I'm over here looking at camera 2, and camera 2 does not appear to be ready, but we will make it ready. There it is. Camera 2 is now ready. Okay, so here we go. First thing it says to add is to add our garlic. So where is the garlic? And here we, ooh, it all smells so good. So we're going to go ahead and dump that in here. Oh, oops, there we go. Now also in the same container is the ginger. So we'll get the garlic in here. Oh, it smells so good. Oh. All right, so we'll get that in there, the garlic. And then the onions, that whole chopped up onion. And we're going to cook all of this until the onions, they themselves get a little translucent. So we'll get that going in there. Then the next thing it says to add, we're still here on camera 2, the aroma factor is awesome. The hoisin sauce, and here it is, and we'll go ahead and dump that in. And that's why we have the little spoon to help us out here. It's all going in the same place, so we can use the same spoon for everything that needs a little bit of help. Okay, so that's the hoisin. Next is the soy. And we'll give it a little stir before it gets all whackety whack out of control. Don't talk back. Oh, it's yakety yak. Oh, now you smell the sweet and the citrus of the hoisin. Now, like I said earlier at the top of the show, yeah, you can go ahead and call in, drive through, pick up, carry out, whatever. But, you know, nothing beats making it yourself, and especially if you have the recipe. So, we've got that. What's next? Soy sauce. The rice wine vinegar. Here we go, rice wine vinegar. You know, we're using a shot glass, so don't confuse that with tequila, because you'll be in for a rude awakening. Ooh, now that's, again, as they start entering, they start hitting the heat, you start getting all the the different set profiles for each item that goes in, each ingredient. Oh man, now it's really starting to smell like something is going to gel here. Something good is going to happen. I don't know when, but just saying it could even make it happen. All right, so we'll do that for just a bit. What's next? After the rice wine vinegar, we have the ginger. So we go ahead and throw in the rest of this. And put that all over the place. Oh, you smell that refreshing ginger smell that kind of cuts through everything. Okay, after the ginger, the sesame oil. Now again, the sesame oil, it was just a half a teaspoon of sesame oil, so be careful there. Don't, like I said earlier, a little goes a long, long way. So don't get caught with it. Don't get caught going a little too far with it, because you don't want to be there when that happens. And even then the sesame rolls on top of you. This layering thing is really awesome. Now it's really starting to look something. I'll go ahead and adjust here. Alrighty. And we'll spread that out. Alrighty, next. Alright, does call for salt and pepper, but that's kind of a little bit later on to taste. So you know what that means, we gotta do a taste test. Alrighty, back to camera 2. We're going to throw in our 1 teaspoon of sugar. Again, to draw out some of those flavors. You know, take away some of that bitter from the all the salt that's been going in, all that sodium from the soy and everything else, and the ginger and the garlic, and oh yeah, now it's really starting to gel, and it starts creating a little caramelization. It aids in that caramelization. Alrighty, now the next one here, back to camera 1. The next item here is an optional item. It's an optional item. It is sriracha. So let's go ahead and throw that in here, and again, 1 tablespoon sriracha. Alrighty, so that's it for all of these ingredients. We're going to go ahead and give it a little stirry stir, then we're going to cover it up for just a couple of minutes just to let it all gel and meld together. So we'll be right back. Okay, as you see here on camera 2, we have put the lid on it just for a couple of minutes. Wanted to get a little steam going, keep a little heat down, because we have the fan right over. So it's constantly, as soon as it generates heat, it's cooling down. So this way, we're good to go. We cover that. So we got that covered. Let's go ahead and open this up, and let's get to work. So there it is. Wow, it is looking fantastic. You can, I don't know if you can hear it, but now the next thing it says to do is those water chestnuts. The whole water chestnuts, not the half water chestnuts. You get those, that's not going to work for you. It's got to be the whole water chestnuts. So I'll throw those in there, and I'll mix them around here real quick. They look like little potatoes, but trust me, folks, they're not. They're going to add to that crunch factor already in the stuffing of the lettuce wraps. Now, speaking of the lettuce wraps, the ingredient did call for butter. I have 1 head of butter lettuce, but we are using those scoops. So whatever works for you, whatever you can get a hold of, whatever's seasonal, and whatever is priced right. We're going to throw in the green onions now, and I'll talk about a little bit more about that. Yes, it does. Green onions were not a garnish. They were actually supposed to go in and just hang out here for about a minute. But speaking of seasonal and what's available and what's pricey, for next week's show, we're not going to pick one. Why? Because we're going to do a smoked pork shoulder. That's right. We're going to roll up a pork shoulder and we're going to smoke it. No, we're going to do it. We're going to go out in the grill. We're going to spend the day out in the grill. So you'll be with me from the rub that we're going to put on there all the way to when we start devouring that pork shoulder. But that's what we're doing. So next episode is smoked pork shoulder. Alrighty, so 1 minute in the pot and or in the pan here while we stir it around. I'm looking here at the onions, and they have kind of gone translucent. They're on the verge. They're a little opaque still, but we're getting there. So it'll just be maybe another minute. And it could just be the temperature of your stovetop. Remember, I'm using the 1 burner, so That might just take just a little bit longer, and I'm hearing it kick on a little bit more. Want to make sure to share with everybody, if you need to make that call, the Veterans Crisis Line, 1-800-273-8255. Press 1 when the automated attendant answers. Excuse me. Again, the Veteran Crisis Line, 1-800-273-8255. Folks, make that call. Don't hesitate. You need to make the call. If you need to make the call, something's not right, something just doesn't feel right, and you know yourself better than anybody else. Don't let anyone else tell you different. You make that call ASAP. It behooves you to make that call, so please do so. So get it done. All right, folks, we're done. We're done. Let's assemble this. Camera 2. We've got some rice, white rice. There's our lettuce scoop. They're over here. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yes, it can be seen. There it is. Sorry about that. I'm over here. Yes, there is the chicken stuffing for the letter CHANGS lettuce wraps, chicken lettuce wraps. So here we go. Real simple to assemble. Again, the rice was an optional as well. It was not part of the thing. So if you want the rice, by all means, add your own rice. Again, not too much. Line the bottom is what I do. Very sticky rice. I like that. Helps bind it. There we go. There's that. And then we'll take a little bit of the, and again, because it is lettuce, it doesn't take much. Look at that. 1 tablespoon, filled it up, and then some. Right, and then you can do the lo mein noodles if you want. That's what I want. Or you can use the French's crispy fried onions. It's up to you, whatever works for you. So you just wrap it up. Again, you can throw a little soy sauce on there if you want. Whatever you want. There it is. Wrap it up. Oh my goodness. It's fantastic. Again, gather the family around the table or watching TV. You know, the Friday night movie, Sunday night movie, Saturday night movie, whatever you want to watch. And put this in the middle, put the lettuce in the middle, gets the kids to eat their veggies, right? I know. People are going to say, well, yeah, but the lettuce is like an empty, you know, whatever. Who cares? It's delicious. And it gets them to start eating veggies. So you got to start someplace, and this is a great place to start. Maybe a little extra sriracha or that. Ooh, that rooster sauce. There we go, that rooster sauce, the one with the little garlic and the little seeds. Spoon that up on top. Duck sauce. Obviously some duck sauce, that would work too. Maybe a little mustard sauce. It depends. Eel sauce, fish, not the fish sauce, but the eel sauce. Really, anything you want with that. It's fantastic. That's a meal in itself. Everyone, this is fantastic. Again, this is the letter CHANGS chicken lettuce wraps. I'm Dave Guerra, and This Vet Cooks.